Hello and welcome back to the AI Advantage series of video podcasts. My name is Tom Dissing. I'm the founder and managing director of Technology Connect, a Sydney-based advisory firm enabling companies to drive business value from AI. And today I'm joined by my co-host, Martin Stubbs-Race, who is also an AI expert. Welcome, Martin.
Thank you, Tom. Great to be here.
So today we are closing out the series with an issue almost every organization struggles with, and one that quietly kills more AI initiatives than bad models or missing data. The biggest barrier to AI value isn't technology, it's organizational friction. This friction shows up as confusion, fragmentation, misplaced enthusiasm, competing priorities, a never-ending stream of experiments that never quite add up to anything meaningful. And if leaders don't address it early, it becomes the dominant reason AI fails to deliver measurable impact.
And that's why this episode matters. We've covered strategy, the AI studio, the AI factory, scaling, but this final piece ties everything together because none of those matter if the organization can't focus its energy.
Exactly. Today, we explore three things: why most AI projects stall, the warning signs of AI theater, and how to move from scattered experiments to a unified roadmap that actually delivers impact. This is the episode that closes the loop and shows leaders how to turn intent into results.
Let's start with the obvious question. Why do so many AI projects stall?
The number one reason is fragmentation. Organizations run dozens of unconnected experiments, each with its own story, its own champion, its own tech stack, but none tied to a strategic priority or business outcome. So even when the experiment works, nobody knows what to do with it. The second reason is lack of ownership from leaders. Teams often jump straight into exploring models or tools, but without a decision maker framing the problem, the experiment solves, well, very little or sometimes nothing. It solves an interesting technical challenge, but not a business challenge.
So experiments become disconnected islands of activity.
Exactly. And the third reason AI projects stall is what I call organizational drag. Too many tools, too much governance, too many conflicting interpretations of what AI should do, too many teams reinventing the wheel in parallel. Technical limitations rarely stop progress. Organizational change friction almost always does.
Let's move to the big topic, AI theater. What is that?
AI theater is when an organization looks like it's doing AI, but isn't. It's activity instead of impact. It's wow moments instead of workflow transformation. The signs are very easy to spot, actually. Lots of demos, no deployment, hackathons without follow-through, pilots that never progress, more focus on models than workflow, more focus on tools and decisions, teams claiming success without changing a single business metric.
That describes a lot of what we see in the market right now.
Exactly. And the AI theater is incredibly dangerous because it creates a false narrative of progress. Leaders hear about experiments and think, well, the organization is advancing, but nothing is maturing. Nothing is scaling. Nothing is transforming how work's done. AI theater burns money. It burns goodwill. It burns time.
And it makes real work, the operational transformation, much harder.
It does, because AI theater creates the illusion of maturity. An illusion kills urgency.
Tom, let's get practical. If an organization recognizes that it's stuck in AI theater or spread across dozens of disconnected experiments, where do they even begin?
They begin by stepping into what I call the advantage pathway, the journey from experimentation to infusion and ultimately to transformation. It's the structured progression that organizations must move through to build a sustainable AI advantage. And here's the key. You can only move at the speed of your capability and cohesion without breaking the flow.
Flow. Explain that one because it's a powerful idea.
Flow is the balance between challenge and capability. If the challenge is too low, organizations drift and lose momentum. If the challenge is too high, they stall or collapse into chaos. The trick, and this is where competitive advantage is born, is to advance faster than your competitors while still keeping the organization in flow. So fast enough to build momentum, controlled enough to avoid breaking the system. And that's why the move to a unified roadmap matters so much.
So what does that look like in practice? How does an organization actually unify their AI work?
There are 4 steps. Step 1 is anchoring everything to a single advantage pathway. That means every experiment, every idea, every workflow upgrade, every agent, all of it assessed by one question: does this move us further along the advantage pathway? If the answer is no, it's paused. If the answer is yes, it enters the pipeline. This creates coherence. It stops the scatter. It prevents teams from building AI for the sake of AI.
So you're basically saying no more side quests.
Exactly. There's one journey, not 50. Step 2 is align the work around high leverage decisions, not technologies. Organizations often focus on the AI model, the platform, or the tool. But the most successful AI transformations start with a handful of decisions that create disproportionate value for the business. Not dozens, not hundreds. 5 or 6 that shape revenue, risk, costs, and customer impact. You redesign those first, because when you anchor AI decisions that actually moves the business, everything accelerates.
It sounds simple, but it's incredibly rare in practice, right?
You're right, because most organizations haven't slowed down enough to see the structure using systems thinking of their own business. They chase use cases instead of designing advantage. So step 3 is establish a single AI portfolio that looks at the whole system. Now, this isn't traditional portfolio management. This is about creating a single lens that sees the entire AI landscape. All experiments, all in-flight prototypes, all MVPs, all scaling opportunities, all bottlenecks, all duplications, all risk exposure. One lens, one map, one shared view.
And without that map, they can't control speed or flow.
Precisely. If you can't see the whole journey, you can't accelerate without crashing. A unified portfolio allows leaders to direct energy, not just observe it. So step 4 is remove friction vigorously. This is where advantage is often won or lost, because most organizations don't fail from lack of ideas. They fail from friction such as tool sprawl, duplicated effort, unclear ownership, slow procurement, slow integration, slow sign-up, slow everything. Friction kills momentum, and without momentum, there is no advantage. So leaders must remove friction, like they're clearing a runway. Standardize the tooling, collapse approvals, create reusable agents and patterns, remove duplicated projects, fast-track data access, unblock integration paths.
So this is about making organizations lighter with less drag.
Yes, so teams can move faster without leaving flow. Speed plus balance, acceleration plus control. That's the formula.
Let's talk leadership, because all of this depends on the mindset at the top. What's the shift leaders need to make?
Well, the shift is this. AI is no longer an innovation activity. It's an organizational rewire. Leaders must stop thinking in terms of projects, pilots, use cases, AI tools, and start thinking in terms of capability, flow, coherence, and advantage.
So leaders need to behave less like project sponsors and more like system designers.
Exactly. AI forces leaders to become architects, not approvers. They must design, they must look at clarity of direction, clarity of workflow ownerships, clarity of data access, operating rhythm, and also clarity of what will not be done. And they must do this while keeping the organizations in flow. So that is challenged, but it's not overwhelmed. Accelerating, but not disintegrating.
And if they can maintain that balance, that's where the advantage appears.
Yes, because the real advantage isn't the model. It's not even the data. It's not even the agent. The real advantage is organizational rhythm that allows AI to continuously elevate performance faster than the competition, with fewer bottlenecks, and with compounding momentum. That's what separates organizations that dabble in AI from the ones that dominate with AI.
So AI impact doesn't come from AI, it comes from better choices.
Exactly.
And now we come to the end of the AI Advantage series. Tom, what's the one message you want leaders to walk away with?
Well, the organizations that win with AI aren't the organizations that are experimenting the most. They're the ones that focus, prioritize, simplify, and execute. They run ideas, they turn ideas into production, and production into performance.
It's been a brilliant series, Tom. It's been an exciting journey through what AI Advantage really looks like. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Martin. I really enjoyed recording this series together. And thank you to everyone who has watched, listened, and shared. our journey. If your organization wants to escape AI theater, remove noise, and build a true AI operating model that gets results and a sustainable AI advantage, we will be delighted to accelerate the journey with you. And if you're joining us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, or subscribe. It helps this AI Advantage series reach more leaders who want to accelerate AI. So, in wrapping this up, this is Tom from Technology Connect. Thank you, and let's go build your AI Advantage.